Are you sick of scooping out that pesky, gross, smelly, pee-filled bedding? If you switch to Fleece Liners, the cleaning process is so simple. You just toss it in the laundry machine and it looks brand new again. And it's way better for both your bank account and the environment. Alright, enough with the cheesy commercial parody. I think you get it. Keep watching to learn how to make them. First, I want to quickly mention why I feel that fleece liners are superior to other types of bedding. Fleece wicks liquid through it. This means that when your guinea pig pees on the fleece or accidentally spills water all over it, that liquid will go right through the fleece and then it will be absorbed into the middle layer, which in our case is going to be a towel. This means your guinea pig doesn't just sit in their pee. Not only do I put it in the bottom of their cage, but I'll put it in the bottom of beds and hideys, and here's a playpen you're seeing here, and I just cover it with a bunch of fleece liners. I definitely put it anywhere they're eating or drinking or sleeping. And it keeps them super clean and healthy and happy. They honestly love them. They always choose to be on fleece over anything else.
What do you guys think of your fleece liners? Do you love them because they keep you nice and clean?
We're going to break this into 5 steps. First, we're going to measure the enclosure. Then we're going to cut the towel and fleece to those specs. Then we're going to pin and sew the towel to the first piece of fleece. Then we're going to pin and sew the second piece of fleece onto those. And then finally, we'll sew the 4th edge. So let's make them. You're going to want to start out by measuring both dimensions of your cage. Put together towels in the exact size and shape of your cage. I find that most towels that are at least on the medium or large size are very close to the size you'll need for a 2x4 CNC cage. My cage is a little bit bigger than a 2x4, so I add on an extra towel to the end. I'm just pinning them together. I'm going to cut off the excess and just sew that together, so I now kind of have a slightly longer towel. But if you have a 2x4 or smaller, odds are that you'll be able to find a towel that fits well, or at least can just be cut rather than having to be made bigger. So you won't have to add on an extra towel like I did. Now that you have a towel that's the exact dimensions of your cage, you are also going to want 2 pieces of fleece that are a similar size and shape to the towel, but slightly bigger so that you can sew the fleece. I'm using 2 different colors so that each side can be a different color, so that sometimes if I want, my cage can be white and sometimes it can be red. Now that you've cut everything out, ensure that both of the fleeces are slightly bigger than the towel and that the 2 fleeces are the same size. Now you're going to take one of the fleeces and line up the towel in the middle of it, and we're just going to sew a stitch down the middle to keep the towel in place. So I just put a line of pins along the middle of the towel and fleece, and then I'm just going to sew a line down that. If you'd like to, you can also sew a couple of lines perpendicular to that, because with just the one line, the towel is going to get kind of crumpled up inside the fleece once you wash it, kind of like a bra pad in a bra or swimsuit that's like totally enclosed, and then you have to kind of finagle them into the right shape. So if you want to prevent that, you can add a couple more lines. I just thought it would look nice with just the one line along the middle, so I only sewed that one line and, decided to just make my life harder on myself for fun. Yay for aesthetics. And here you can see it with the finished lines sewn down it. We are now going to place the other fleece against the first fleece. So it's really important that these 2 fleeces are touching so that once we turn them inside out, the towel will be on the inside. So pin the 3 pieces together so that the 2 fleeces are touching, and then there's the towel. And make sure you flatten everything out nice, because whatever it looks like at the end of this is what it's going to look like. And that will include wrinkles if you leave wrinkles. We are now going to sew 3 of the edges, and only 3 because you need 1 edge left to flip it inside out. So I'm just going to leave 1 whole entire edge undone. All right, and now we're almost done. You can see just about what it's going to look like. The next step is to put your hand in the middle and pull the middle to the outside. So you're going to flip it inside out so that the towel goes on the inside and then both of the outsides are fleece. And you're going to want to flatten it out and make it look all nice again now that it's in the correct order. So now you should have this one unfinished edge. We're going to fold it in such a way that we can sew it, but have it still look nice and professionally finished. So what you're going to do is fold each of the edges inside And then you're going to pin the two edges together and sew along that. You can see I also put a couple pins in initially on each of the sides just to kind of hold them to the right shape while I do the other side, and then pin the two sides together. Make sure you kind of look at how far the towel comes so that you ensure that the fleece comes out further than the towel, so you don't accidentally sew the towel on the outside or just catch a random edge of the towel or anything like that. So now you can see me finishing it off, putting the two edges together, and then I pin them. Once you have it totally pinned, you're just going to sew one line along that whole entire edge. And I would say you'd want it maybe like a centimeter or like half an inch away from the edge. But it's super important that you make sure that you're sewing close enough to the edge that the whole part you folded under is also getting sewn in. And here's what it should look like when you're done. A nice, beautiful edge. If it didn't turn out perfect, that's okay. Neither did mine, and I've done it a few times. Subscribe for more guinea pig content and check out the description below if you want to support us. Thanks for watching!